Hi my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. And again, it is a season special. Tonight, when you see this, we will start celebrating the Festival of Sukkot, which is the Festival of Tabernacles. So yet again, I'm sitting here and I want to share some thoughts as I started to do now for all our holidays. So this is the last one though, and then till the Festival of Hanukkah, we have a big break where I can actually deal with other things, but here are my thoughts for the Festival of Sukkot. For everybody who doesn't know what the Festival of Sukkot is, it's actually like 7 days that we leave our houses and our homes and we set up little huts in our front yards or on our balconies, wherever it is possible. And this is basically where we live for 7 days. And we want to remember, by doing that, we want to remember our time in the wilderness, all those years that we spent in the wilderness wandering around on the way to the promised land. In a nutshell. Okay, so there are so many meanings to this, and I just want to actually share with you something that I heard from Rabbi Sachs. He is amazing, and I actually met him once. He doesn't know that, but I met him once at a wedding. He came to Israel because there was a wedding in his family, and we happened to be invited too, and I was so excited. But I didn't even get to meet him. I didn't get close to him. It doesn't matter. I was busy with twin babies, and but he is a very big source of inspiration in a lot of things. So he shared a story, and I just want to share that with you and my thoughts to that maybe. So he shared a story about him and his wife Elaine when they were newlyweds, and they built their first sukkah. So they had nothing. They didn't have a car. They didn't have the supplies to build one. So he went to whatever place where he got the supplies together with a friend who had a car. And that friend was so well prepared. He had a sukkah prepared like in his mind and like on a plan, on a sheet of paper. It was like a palace. So that friend got all the supplies, and he himself, Rabbi Sachs, he got very simple supplies for a very basic sukkah. There was just 3 sides, and yeah, so they went home, everybody built their own sukkah. The next day they visited each other, and Rabbi Sachs saw the sukkah of his friend, and it was stunning and like fit for royalty, and this is where you would really want to spend 40 years in the wilderness. And then the friend came to Rabbi Sachs' sukkah, and it was very basic. It was like, according to the law, everything was fine, but it was very basic, like nothing, special. Anyway, Sukkot began, and there was a night when there was a big storm. I don't know if it was the first night or whatever. So Rabbi Sachs met his friend the next day, I guess in the synagogue, I don't know. And the friend was very sad because the storm had taken down his sukkah. And Rabbi Sachs said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for you," and this and that. And then the friend said, "So what happened to your sukkah?" And Sachs said, "It's still standing." And the friend couldn't believe it. How can that be? So he wanted to see what happened there. Why is that sukkah, that flimsy little thing, still standing? So Rabbi Sachs took him home, and they looked together at this sukkah, and then they found, because it had only 3 sides, the sukkah, and it was such a flimsy thing, Rabbi Sachs had secured his sukkah with 1 single nail to the house. And that is what kept the sukkah up during the storm. And I was like, wow, there is so much meaning in this. And also the friend, he looked at that nail and he said, now I get the meaning of Sukkot. He held the nail, or he pointed at the nail, and he said, this is the nail of faith. This nail is faith. And I'm so blown away by this story because, as you know, and as I've shared now in several videos, those simple things in life, they are the ones that teach me personally the most. I have to admit, I'm not the kind of girl who goes to a lot of lectures and all of these women meetings, and I'm just not, don't roll that way. I'm sorry. I thought it was only because I was a busy mom and I couldn't make it work. But you know what? If I would have wanted to go to all these lectures that I've been invited to, I would have made it work. I just don't roll this way. But things like this, stories like this, teach me so much. You know, this is how I learn. I learn at the dishwasher. I learn about life and about the love of God while I fish out the blankie, the security blanket of my baby boy for the 50th time out of the toilet. This is how I learn how the world is and how God rules this world and what is meaningful and what is not. And by stories like this that Rabbi Sachs now shared on his YouTube channel, which I, by the way, will link in the description box. I just love that story because it is so taken out of life, out of normal life, out of normal things that happen, and it has such a big meaning. And I think this is how God wants us to learn, you know, from each other, from normal life, from learning by doing. This is how I learn, honestly. Yeah. So this nail of faith, this is what I want to go into this holiday with. This is what I want to take with me into this holiday and also afterwards into the year, that I want to have this nail of faith. And even if I only have 3 walls instead of 4, and even if I'm a flimsy little thing and I'm not decorated, which, well, I am, but but even if I were not, I want to have that nail of faith that attaches me to the one strong thing, the one stable thing in my life. That there is always God, like right here, that He is basically my 4th wall and I'm attached to Him, and He is the source of my power. He is the one who keeps me up in the storm, who holds me so I don't collapse. I think this is such a powerful lesson to learn, and I think we all need this. We all need this lesson. Even if we think we know all this, it's like it's not entirely a new concept to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not ignorant and I'm not like I'm a smart little girl, but I think sometimes we are so stuck in our own lives in so many ways that we just need someone to tell us the things that we know, right? That's at least how I feel in my own life, that there are so many things that I know, that I've been taught from childhood, all kinds of things, wisdom of life and also religious wisdom, and still some of that gets lost because you're busy with your life and you're busy with your thoughts and stuck in certain ways in certain places. So if you want to just take this lesson to have that nail that is holding you, it's not there to poke you, it's not there to bother you, it's there to hold you. And that is something that is so comforting for me. And just going into my own life a little bit, I remember when my husband and I had just gotten married. And when we built our first sukkah, we lived in a place that had no garden and nothing, but we had a big balcony, a very big balcony that was basically the roof of a building. And that was attached to our apartment. And this is where we built our sukkah, but it was quite high up and it was on a hillside. So winds came gushing down there all the time. And we had to built a sukkah, of course, and my husband started to tie it down from all sides. And I was like, what? This sukkah is such a heavy thing. It had like real metal bars and it was real sturdy. And he tied it down from all sides. And then he put torches all around. So he would light those torches at night. And that was so special. And the winds came gushing and nothing happened. That thing was standing where it was standing, where it was standing. It was not even one nail. It was attached to like 4 places. Yeah, but that's how my husband is. He's very thorough in everything he does. So yeah, so this is basically what reflected then into my own life, that yeah, we did that too. We did it because it was necessary, and we did not want our sukkah to fly away. But that was what happened in our lives, and I could immediately translate from what Rabbi Sachs said. I could immediately see that translated into my life, and that made me really happy. Of course, his had a bigger meaning because they had a storm and all of these things, but I sort of saw that, yes, we've been doing that, and it's just beautiful to see that. Anyway, so this is my message for Sukkot, for this beautiful festival. This is one of my favorites, even though it is a lot of work again, but it is one of my favorites. We leave our houses, we leave our comfort, we leave a lot of the things that we regularly have behind, and we sit in the sukkah, and some people sleep in the sukkah, we eat in the sukkah, we spend time in the sukkah, because we want to be dependent on God and not be in our secure homes that are stable, made out of stone, whatever. We live in these tiny huts with not a complete roof. If you don't know, the roof will not be complete. It's just basically bamboo or some kind of natural material, so that you could theoretically see the stars through it. And that gives you the feeling of, yes, you are under this big canopy of God's creation, and it's like a big shelter that God creates for us. And that's so comforting, to be exposed to the elements and to be exposed to everything outside that you usually block out. But now you expose yourself to that, and you basically put yourself into the hands of God for support and for, depending on the weather even, So I think that's just a very, very beautiful thing, a very meaningful holiday. And I want to give my blessings to you for this holiday, that we shall all have this nail of faith in our sukkah. And if you don't celebrate Sukkot, then, have it anyway as a symbol for your life, for your walk with God, or if you don't walk with God, then for your life, because I think it is a very, very precious seed that you can just plant into your heart, and it will grow, and yeah, it will grow on you, I'm sure. So this is it, my dear friends, for today. I don't want to make this extra long, but I just wanted to be in touch with you again before the holiday starts. And then we'll see for the upcoming videos what will happen during the week of Sukkot. As I told you in my last video, there will be most probably a video with my mom already this week, and also some kind of wrapping tutorial. I think I want to already go ahead and start that series of 1 shaper 3 looks. So we shall see, because a lot of preparation goes into these kinds of videos. So I will have to see how I can manage it, because all my kids are on vacation again, and the house full of guests and all these lovely things. So we shall see. If you're curious about my head wrap, this is my side ruffle wrap. If you want to see how I achieve that, there is a tutorial. I will link my video either in the cards or down below, or both. So you will find the link to the tutorial either here or there. Anyway, please subscribe to my channel if you're not yet. Let's just spend this journey together, because I have the feeling this is going to be a good one. And it's just a very good place to be for beauty and for makeup and for fashion and for God being in everything. And I just love this place. I love to sit here and film for you and for me. So let's just be on this journey together. You can, of course, follow me on all my other social media as well, which you will find in the description box. And I will post there my outfits on my fashion blog. Don't worry, I keep it extremely professional. There will be no blogs like my cat cuffed up a fur ball or something like that. It's extremely professional. I only post fashion related and makeup related things. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to follow me. And other than that, just have my blessings for this wonderful holiday and go into it with joy and with laughter and with color and be queens and be, you know, even if you're sitting in a hut, be the queen of the hut. So I hope you have a very, very good week of Sukkot and enjoy your family and your friends and your guests. And I just hope to see you again next time for my video. Make sure you have clicked on the notification bell so you will be notified when I release my next video. And up until then, I love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.